and that would be the start of money flowing into the stock market and money flowing into the crypto market as well. When markets were down, I kept saying that it was cyclical. It's cyclical in a way that what's down will reverse back up and what's up will reverse down as well. And we were at the cycle where everything was down, everything was scary, people didn't want to invest. As people didn't want to invest, everything was relatively lower. But now we're seeing economic data show us that things are better. Hey guys, so in this video, I want to talk about where the market is right now and why it's so interesting, where I do believe that things are gonna get better from not just a sentiment standpoint, but in terms of how money is flowing, especially if you are into the stock market or if you are into riskier asset classes such as crypto. Why does this matter and why is it so important? That's what I want to discuss in this video, and what you could look forward to, especially if you are an investor, and why I do believe also that the worst might be behind us already, that we are gonna see bigger and better days for the stock market. I don't have a crystal ball on what the target price, but what I do know is we now have data, we now have numbers to somehow show us that we are in a better position than where we were before. Remember the videos that I created in 2021, 2022 talking about what's causing the market to drop as well? A lot of the things that I've mentioned there were pretty much hinged on inflation. Inflation was rising. There was a precursor for rates to also go higher. And as rates go higher, it would move money from riskier assets to safe havens like US Treasuries. And that's what we've also seen. Interest rates in the US have been very, very high. This chart is actually showing that we are at the lowest point of inflation for about a year. If you look at it, the same time last year, you have 8.5% July 2022, then August 2022 was 8.3, September it was 8.2, then it dropped October 2022 to 7.7, then November to 7.1, then December to 6.5, January it went to 6.4, February this year hit 6. Then you see another big drop. March this year it went to 5. Then April it went to 4.93. May it went to 4.05. Then the lowest that we've seen is 2.97 June 2023. And of course, this could also be attributed to a lower base. But since inflation is lower, this could also be a trigger already to actually see, okay, our mandate to bring inflation lower by raising rates, it's already low. It's close to where we want it to be. And the next narrative for them already is to lower interest rates. What happens when interest rates are lowered? Money flows to your assets. But I want to say this also, in spite of the high interest rate environment that we are in right now, we're seeing tech stocks continue to push higher. We're seeing the Nasdaq continue to push. So how much, when there's a infusion of liquidity because of interest rates getting lower, or because there's a sense of optimism that inflation is low as well? So I do believe that things are getting better, and I've mentioned this over and over. Watch out for inflation, because how inflation goes, that's how it will go, and that's how the market is. Guess what? Inflation is already low right now. If this would be like the starting point of a greater bull market, if this would be a starting point of even better things to come for markets, we could all look back at this time, July 2023, when it all started, where we've seen the worst things happen in 2022. We've seen battering of stocks happen. We've seen crypto markets happen. We've seen so many bad things happen in 2022, that the ones that survived are the ones that will continue to thrive, and the ones that will get out of the gates running and will continue to do better as more liquidity gets injected, as more positive news gets injected, as we see inflation go lower as well. Do note that as money flows to riskier assets, it will go to the stock market first, then it will go to crypto, it will go to Bitcoin first, then it will go to other altcoins. But please do note this, that while all of this has been happening as well, Bitcoin has more than doubled. It's one of the best earning assets already for the year from the lows that we saw in Bitcoin last year. It has been resilient in spite of all its issues, but as you can see also, it has continued to push up, primarily because you're seeing BlackRock, you're seeing a lot of these institutions push towards Bitcoin ETFs. More and more companies, more and more financial institutions that hated Bitcoin, that didn't want to touch Bitcoin, are now getting into the fray. That's why Bitcoin is up. And then for those who followed me on Twitter, you know that I posted about XRP winning the case, that XRP is not a security. One of the reasons why it was held back because it was tagged as a security. It had its court case, but now it won. So you add all of that together, Bitcoin has been up already, XRP is up already, and then you add this inflation news into the mix. I think the next domino that people need to watch out for, if this continues to go lower, we will see interest rates go lower also, and that would be the start of money flowing into the stock market and money flowing into the crypto market as well. When markets were down, I kept saying that it was cyclical. It's cyclical in a way that what's down will reverse back up and what's up will reverse down as well. And we were at the cycle where everything was down, everything was scary, people didn't want to invest. As people didn't want to invest, everything was relatively lower. But now we're seeing economic data show us that things are better. We're not in a worse situation anymore. We're not where we were during COVID. We're not where we were when there was massive amounts of printing happening. And because of that, this is something that will be better for the markets as well. This will be something that would be generally healthy. This would be something that for those who stacked, for those who invested with conviction on assets that mattered when times were scary, when times are bad, when people didn't want to invest, I do believe that you will be rewarded when the bull market happens. I do believe that the money in investing is made when everyone's scared. I do believe that the money in investing is made when everyone does not want to put their money in it. When people start investing in things that matter, when everyone does not, that's where the profit is. I think this is a validation for those who took the time to learn. This is a validation for those who took the time also to buy. You're seeing whatever you put your conviction into be rewarded. Because as economic data gets better, you will see people who did not invest. They're the ones who will be aping in. They're the ones who will be coming in. They're the ones who will be buying higher. And that's how investing really is. Greater uncertainty. When times are scary, you get things at a discount. You get things cheap. And as you get things cheap, when things get better, you get to ride the upside in a much greater effect. So there. I hope you guys got a lot from this. I hope that this was something that was insightful for all of you. Always exercise caution when you invest. Please also do your own research as you start doing this, but at least from my own analysis, this is one of the things that I've been watching out for as a precursor to see how the markets will go, how it will perform also over the next few months. And as what I've mentioned earlier, we just have to focus on those dominoes to fall, inflation getting lower further, and also the Fed lowering rates, and that's what's going to push money into the markets once again. That's it for now. I hope you guys got a lot from this. I hope that this was something that was insightful for all of you. Trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon. My baby's crying already. God bless you all.